Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So I finally have some good news, believe it or not. A huge Second Amendment win for the state of California in Jones v. Bonta. This is the age restriction that has been bothering so many Californians. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, before we get started, if you have an extra second, hit that subscribe button and that little thumbs up. That would really help out this channel quite a bit, and I do appreciate it a lot. Also, check out the main sponsor of this channel, which is the USCCA. They have self-defense liability insurance, and with that, you get online education and training. You get a great magazine that comes to you. You get all sorts of extras, like a reciprocity map and so forth. So definitely check out the USCCA. Best membership you'll ever have in your wallet. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this huge win in Jones v. Bonta. So this is a big one. It's going to affect a lot of people, and I want to give a huge shout out to the people who brought this before the courts, which is the FPC. The FPC is doing a great job. They argued this in a way that got us that win at the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. So basically, a little bit of backstory here. In California, and to my knowledge, every other state, you cannot buy a handgun if you're under the age of 21. Well, California, in their infinite wisdom, thought, oh, you know how many other people we could cut off if we just make it for long guns as well? And so that's what they did. They made a law that basically eliminated people's Second Amendment rights if they were 18, 19, or 20. And so even though you could sign a contract at 18, you could move into your own apartment when you're 18, you could vote, you could join the military, and you're basically a law-abiding functional adult, California said you're not allowed to have your Second Amendment rights yet, not until you're the age of 21. And so the FPC took it to court, and a three-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals agreed with the FPC that it is unconstitutional to keep somebody's fundamental rights away from them until the age of 21, which is really just an arbitrary number that the California government came up with. Now, I got to be honest, this one really hits home for me. I'm really excited about it because I've been doing California Second Amendment videos now for about 10 years. And since I started, it's just been this downhill slide. It's been really difficult. And I remember when this law dropped, I got countless emails from people who were 18, 19, or 20 who wanted to practice their rights but couldn't. I mean, they were literally prohibited from practicing a constitutional fundamental right that was given to us by God, but again, protected by the Constitution, right? So it was really difficult. They wanted to know if there was workarounds, if there was exemptions, and I did a lot of research on this specific one. And so it's nice to see that we have a win here. Again, this means that people who are in that age range, once you turn 18, you're good to go. You don't have to be a second-class citizen anymore like California was trying to make you. So, like I said before, this decision came from a three-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which means it could then be further appealed to a full panel of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal, or what's called en banc. And so a full panel would basically rehear the case, and they could overturn the three-judge panel's decision, or they could uphold it. So if California decides to appeal, that's where it would go next. It would go en banc, and then obviously from there, it could go up to the Supreme Court. But I'm not sure that California wants to take that route right now. Obviously, I'm almost positive that they have an appeal ready to go. Whether they'll file that appeal, I'm not sure, because the current climate when it comes to our rights is in our favor right now. And they know that. And what happens in the Ninth Circuit does have a ripple effect across the country, right? So if other states are trying to do this, that kind of gives precedent. So let's say that New York, right, decides to do the same thing. Well, now we have a Ninth Circuit decision that, somebody else could lean on for precedent, and they would probably win their case in New York as well. So it does have a little bit of an effect. But if California decides to appeal, and then an appeal happens again, it goes up to the Supreme Court, almost guaranteed the Supreme Court is going to uphold what the three-judge panel came up with, and that would affect the entire country, right? So if California wants to take that risk, they'll file the appeal, it'll go en banc, and then it may make its way up to the Supreme Court depending on what the decision is. In which case, I think, again, given the current climate that we're seeing here, I think that we could see something happen across the entire country to ensure that something like this doesn't happen anywhere else. But I just don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see the future. But it's a big win for California, and it could be a big win for the rest of the country as well, because people are going to have, if you are trying to enact a similar law like this in a different state, you're going to have to look at the Ninth Circuit's decision, because every lawsuit that's filed against that is going to look at that decision as well. So it does, again, give precedent to future cases. So it's a big win for California. I love talking about the wins. It's nice to come off that slope every once in a while and just kind of head uphill a little bit. And California definitely deserves every win that they can get, because I know there's a lot of good people out there and a lot of people who want to practice their rights. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. Again, good job for the Firearms Policy Coalition. You guys are doing great out there. And thank you all very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a great day.